Welcome back to the TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from TikTok. You know, it's funny that more like the second wave or whatever wave this is of Passport Bro being in the limelight, a lot more women are like siding with us. And even AI says Passport Bros are correct. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
If you watched my last video, I was speaking to the amount of black men that are currently in Cartagena. So just to be clear, what made this very interesting to me, and this is not my first time in Cartagena. However, my first time in Cartagena was during the pandemic. And so it just wasn't nearly as busy. So this was my first time experiencing Colombia, I think in a more realistic form of just what, you know, the average flight consists of. And it was a extremely large amount of black men. And for reference, I'm a full-time travel content creator, which means I am traveling all around the world, often on flights all the time. And I can honestly say that it is very rare for me to see a large number of black men.
I'm proud of you, black men. This is what I'm talking about. Making such waves that women like this notice. It's crazy because, yes, actually, black men are probably the men that travel the least, I believe, back in the day. Statistics aren't like that now. And now they're becoming the most traveled people. I'm proud of that. Like, it's crazy that most of us Americans stay in this country and never actually explore other countries when the U.S. passport is literally one of the most powerful passports. Like before and currently, it may not be as powerful in the future. This is why a lot of us suggest, you know, get multiple passports because you might not be able to travel as freely later with the U.S. passport. But we're being noticed by not through TikTok, not through social media, but through actual people that travel themselves. Fucking have at it, man.
On a flight that I'm on. It is very, 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 very rare. So to arrive and have a flight full of men, but also to see other flights full of men, and the customs line was crazy long. So when I say that there were black men everywhere, I literally mean there were black men everywhere. But what was the most jarring to me is the realization that I think there's a lot of discourse on the internet, and there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's just dusties, it's just broke men, it's just men that other women wouldn't date. I saw lots of very attractive men. I saw lots of men who looked like they had means. They looked like they had their stuff together. They were dressed well. They had good luggage. Like these were not men.
Is that what women check? What our luggage looks like? I didn't know that.
And that you're just like, oh, girl, nobody wants them. And so for me, the video really just came from the actual shock of, oh, y'all really be outside with it. Y'all are really coming to Colombia, and this is the type of time that you're on. And I say that because I didn't just see men like, okay, cool, like you're going to Colombia with your homeboys. What was the most shocking to me as I was waiting for my Uber, there were women in club dresses picking up men, and the time was very much like, oh, you've been here before, but it's your homeboy's first time, and she brought somebody for him. And that had me like, oh, okay.
That's how much these women like you guys. That's how much these women love us. These women, yes, there's more black men, not hating on them, but that's how much foreigners care. Right? They see these black men as very viable mates. And they're like, you know what? I got a friend. He's just as good as me. Probably, you know, just as great as me. Take care of you just as well. Really? Let me bring a friend so, boom, she can get taken care of too. Boom. Unlike women here where they bring a friend just to drain your bank account when you go to dinners because they're scared of your first meet or whatever the fuck it is they want to say.
Okay. And, you know, I see that there's a lot of commentary about what black women look like or people's shapes and sizes. And yes, like some of the Colombian women that I've seen are beautiful, and some of them are mid and some of them are not. And I think women all over the world look different ways and have different body types. And so it's super fascinating to me, the energy that is just rooted in, oh, well, you know, the reason why black men are going to Colombia is because black women are not desirable. That's wild and egregious. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Who's gonna tell her?
But also too, I will say, as a woman who's been in Colombia, I also feel like the energy of men here is just predatory. I was at dinner last night and a table full of men came up to myself and the two girls that I was having dinner with, and the energy was very much like, "What's up with it? Come through. We got a boat tomorrow." And these weren't black men. These were men from Mexico, men from North Carolina who were white men, and men from other parts of South America. And the energy was very much just like, we're here for a good time, not a long time. And I feel like, you know, that is the energy of men traveling to Colombia. And what's
Oh, there we go. There we go. I was wondering where this was headed. I was wondering. So we're just predators. I thought she was cool with us. Then she fucking did a 180 on me. And now I'm just like, girl.
even more interesting is that all the black men that I saw at the airport, I ain't seen none of them in the streets. And I would only assume that's because they laying down somewhere.
It's a big country, lady. Like, how do you expect to see men that you travel with, like, in the country? I've traveled to Cambodia and to other places, and the people, I don't meet these people on the plane, like, in, like, public. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
I just had to play a couple times.
So I've been seeing a lot of women say that men who ask the question, "What do you bring to the table?" are red flags. But in my personal opinion, women who are either unable to answer this question legitimately or refuse to answer the question are the real red flags, because it shows that they do not understand or do not believe that they, just like men, are responsible for contributing to a relationship in order for it to function.
Ooh, woo, woo, woo. Damn. Like, of course, this is the stupidest shit about the women in the West. They really think like the man just has to carry the relationship and they just get to ride along. Like, what the fuck? Like, do you not think women have to do anything? Like, god damn it.
Properly. A lot of these women think that they can show up to the table with a nice body and a pretty face and still be served a 3-course meal for free. More likely than not, these women are more concerned about their own needs and wants, what the man can do for them, rather than what they can do for each other. Mm-hmm. To the women who oppose men asking this question, you need to understand that when it comes to a relationship, you are not the only one who matters anymore. You are not the only one deserving of care, understanding, compassion, loyalty, and respect. You are not the only one who values their time and does not want it wasted. Ooh. So when a man asks a woman this question, he is simply asking her if she is the type of woman that he wants to be in a relationship with. If you cannot respect that a man values his time, energy, and resources, or you are not willing to bring anything to the table of lasting value, do not expect to see.
She's speaking truth. Just travel. Again, I'm Asian. I love Asian women. They're probably like my priority of wanting to be married to, just because, you know, those are the features I'm attracted to, and I believe our cultures will intermesh a lot better. Cambodian and most Asian countries are very similar. So just look at the range of beauty, the range of skin tone, the range of everything that all these countries actually have to offer. And, you know, they're actually, when you think about it, like the size of Southeast Asia it's actually about the size of United States, like, or even smaller. So when you want to travel to these countries, it feels like you're just going state to state, and the women and the culture is very similar to how it is in the United States, where each state is not exactly the same, but similar enough to be the West, right? So
from third world countries because they don't know no better, right? They only know that.
See, I'm really tired of these videos that all these like bitter ass American women make talking down on foreign women.
yep.
They don't know no better. Ma'am, if you have nothing going for yourself and can't keep a man, just say that.
Right?
There's no need to put somebody else down to make yourself
If all you got is coochie, just say all you got is coochie. You know? And then men will just run through the coochie and then find a wife later.
look better. It's not working. It makes you look worse. Now you just seem bitter, jealous, and ignorant.
Both.
Listen,
All three.
while you speak one language, maybe 1.5, most of those women speak 2+ fluently. My mom is from Uganda, and she speaks 7 languages.
A lot of my cousins from Cambodia that are still in Cambodia, they speak Chinese, they speak Cambodian, they speak English, they speak Thai, and they also speak Viet. So a lot of them speak up to like 3 to 5 languages within that region. So it's crazy to me that Americans are so dumb with only English, and they think other countries, just because they don't speak English, they're dumb. Like, no, you're the ones that are dumb because you speak one. To learn a language is actually one of the hardest things to do. So learning 5 languages and being fluent in most of them is way smarter than most of the Americans can even put 1 + 1.
While you're over here burning frozen pizza, most of those women know how to make a fresh, delicious meal from scratch.
Damn right.
Yeah, I want to make fun of the foreign ladies with a little nail salon or their taco shops. But where's your drive to start a business? Her man is ugly.
Boom. This is on point, right? The women that come from those foreign countries to live here, yes, most of them have businesses. Think about it. Most foreigners that come here, unless they, like, are actually business people. Cambodians, donut shops, at least in California. 95% of all donut shops is owned by Cambodians. And we only sell to Cambodians. Why do I know this? Donut King. Plus, I'm actually part of the Donut King family. My family was one of the originals that the Donut King helped sponsor here. So I know about my culture, and I know about how important we are in California. Vietnamese? Well, guess what? How many Vietnamese pho shops are there? Plus, they're in the nails. Almost all Vietnamese, like 95% of nail shops, guess what? Vietnamese. Bam. Business owners. Thais? I see a lot of Thai restaurants. There's not very many Cambodian restaurants. We're not that mainstream yet. But, Thai restaurants. Koreans? Water stores and markets. Koreans own a lot of water stores. I see a lot of almost every water store in LA that I've been to is owned by an old Korean man and an old Korean woman. Period. Like, if you guys want to argue that, I'm gonna have to smack some people because it's almost can't be argued. Like, it's crazy how much these people thrive to want to be successful and want to be, solid people. And imagine going to their country and helping provide for them over there. How much would they work for you and work with you to become a successful family? I think Asians has the highest, demographic of staying together, has the highest demographic of like actual marriage. So it makes sense to be marrying a demographic that has those highest success rates.
But she's happy while you're over here fighting with your 3rd baby daddy. So stop that nonsense. Maybe if women were more focused on building each other up than tearing each other down, we could all learn from each other. Talking down on women from 3rd world countries is not gonna get you a man.
Nope. Solid advice for women.
Passport Bros, they're writing news articles about us now. The tides are...
I've seen quite a few articles featuring our bro here, Digital Bro Mad. I don't really know his real name. I should really look that up.
turning. Apparently TikTok is divided. We need someone to settle this argument once and for all. I asked AI, and it turns out ChatGPT.
Yeah, right. ChatGPT. Let's go.
You guys are gonna lose it over this. Look, I'm an American man looking to date abroad, using all statistical data. We're gonna score countries on beauty, fitness, friendliness, loyalty, and cost of living / dating. It only has data up until 2021, and of course, this is a generalization. Take this with a grain of salt, guys. Coming in at first, we got Brazil, then Colombia. Third is Ukraine. Fourth, Russia.
Dude, Ukraine and Russia, top 3. Top 4, right? Like, this is like my last clip with the Swedish gentleman that was saying like Russian women and Ukrainian women are top tier women, and those countries just are rampant with good women and beautiful women. This confirms that, and it's not from like any fucking thing. You know, it is compiled data by AI that's presenting this. Look, they even gave fitness levels and fucking and friendliness levels. I'm seeing Ukraine beauty levels are 9. Ukraine and Russia. The gentleman was correct.
Fifth, the Philippines. Coming in behind them, Thailand, Spain, Italy, Sweden, Poland. We're gonna have to expand this list. So I expanded it to the top 30, and United States is not on here.
Boo.
We have to be fair, guys. I did the same thing for men with slightly different criteria, and we got blown out of the water, guys. There was a clear winner. Criteria was handsomeness, fitness, loyalty, kindness, median income. Coming in at first place, we have Italy. They absolutely destroyed on
Makes
these metrics.
sense.
The runner-up was Sweden, Australia, Spain, United States.
we're
Though we're
five.
not too far
Not bad.
behind. Came in 5th place. Canada, Brazil, Germany, France, United Kingdom. So if you take men and women from these countries and put their international dating score together, you can see the gap between American men and women is massive. But let's be honest, it's all preference. If you like the way Colombian or Filipino women look, or maybe you vibe with the fact that they're traditional and family-oriented, you should go out there and try dating, absolutely. I will not shame you, and you shouldn't let anyone else do it either.
Damn right. Damn, that was some awesome chow. You know, when AI compiles all that data, AI ain't lying. And all it's using is just data. So it's compiling all the data by what we're asking. So fitness, beauty, fucking friendliness. Russian women and Ukrainian women, top tier beauty. It's just not my cup of tea, but I can understand why they're top tier beauty though. But you know, hey, like he said, if you like certain features and you like certain things, go after that. You know, nobody's gonna judge you, at least not as passport bros. And who cares if other people judge you? Fuck them. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.